Welcome to the Valley Sports Podcast, everyone. The voice of the people. It's good to
Yeah.
be back. It's been a while. Prison's been interesting. I'm finally back. It's been a long time.
You've got
So
through the Phoenix penal system there?
yes, and it was not a good time. But that's behind us now. We're here to talk football. Yeah, no Grady today.
Christmas edition.
Yes, Christmas edition. No Grady today. He had too many wings and knocked him out. So he's sleeping somewhere. Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys went to was it Native?
we went to Buffalo Wild Wings,
Okay.
watched the morning games. And we got there. We want to get there like right before the game started. So we met at like 10:30. And the place was locked. They don't open until 11 in surprise. I was like, what is this? Like,
So was there
you
just like a
can't.
line of dudes in jerseys just waiting to get
It
in?
was a bunch of old people just standing outside. And I was like, what's going on? But
Well,
they don't
still
open
better
till
than what I
11.
was doing. It was better than
What
what
were
I
you
was
doing?
doing. I was just cleaning house. I had to go rent a rug doctor, and I was like, I don't know if we could still do that. Can we still
Yeah.
rent rug doctors? And I went to my local Fry's and the lady there was
Yes, you
very
can.
talkative. I was like,
Oh.
okay, nice. Yeah, can I just get my rug doctor? And I just want to get this over with and watch football before the the day is over.
And she started asking you what games you were watching, and
Oh, I don't know. I don't
just
remember.
kept
I was
going.
like, yeah, it's just like my selective hearing just kicks in, and I'm just like,
Can I leave now?
I'm just there, just nodding. So
Yeah, well,
yeah,
that sounds
cleaning
like fun.
house,
Mm-hmm.
getting ready for family to come in, and just
That's
getting
right.
ready for the time of the year.
It's that time of the year. That's right. Do you move the
Hey,
treadmill
question.
again?
No. Yeah, it's that time of the year to move the treadmill out of the way. Is Joey Covers coming to the Valley? I might actually go to that game.
No,
No, he's not. They're going to
no, because
Cincinnati to play that? Oh.
I looked for that game because that's the game we would have gone to. But no, that's in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I just found it. All right. Damn it. All right. So let's talk about some football. I am looking at Rams Seahawks here, game of the year. I know you were
That's
at work,
probably
so you didn't get to watch it.
best
Or,
Thursday game
or no,
probably
we were
ever
at work. I'm like, why was I watching it?
because you had to. It
I
was
was
that
on
good.
lunch. Let's see here. So I know when you were, I guess when I was out, I guess didn't do the podcast either, and I sent you that email with like predictions. So I did
Oh
have
yeah,
the Seahawks as my prediction to win out the West. So I believe I had that.
that's pretty good. I mean, I was discounting the Seahawks this season, and I didn't see a way that they were gonna be on top. But look at them now. The defense is no joke, and I mean Darnold's holding it together. They're gonna be he's gonna be 14-3 again potentially.
Yeah.
But I still don't see them getting out of the first round. I think it's going to be like the same thing
Really?
as last year. I don't trust Darnold. Um, their
Well,
defense is good, but it's like I don't think
spoiler
they even trust him.
spoiler alert, if they get the number 1 seed, they don't play in the first round. So who knows what if that's the key to Sam Darnold is like he cannot play in first rounds, but when he gets into that second round, watch out.
No, I don't feel good about that if I'm a
No.
Seahawks fan because I mean
Oh, we'll
you're
see
just
about
letting
that.
him sit. It's almost like there are times where I'd rather have my team. Well, first of all, be in the playoffs. Hello, Cardinals. But just kind of play consistently, like not have that break for the divisional round. Because I feel like some teams really get screwed over by that. They come out rusty, and you've got some team that played a good game in wild card, and then they just kick their butts. So that's kind of what I fear with the Seahawks. I think the defense will, they'll travel, they'll still be there, but it's like, can he actually show out? Because I mean, even in this game against the Rams, it seemed like they didn't trust him. Like there was like a 4th and 1 where it's just like anyone else is going for that. And it's like, why aren't you, if Darnold's your guy, like, you're going for that and it's not
Well,
even a
on
question.
those 4th and 1s, they just take the quarterback out, put a tight end in, and then they do like a tush push. So
That's what they're doing now. Yeah. That's the meta.
it's a copycat league, and that's what they do. But the one thing I think about Sam Darnold is he's usually good for some interceptions. So he had
Yep.
2, and that defense is really good if they play at home. So if they get that number 1 seed, they don't play in the first round. They play in the second round. The teams
Yeah.
have to come to them. I I don't know. I think it's going to be one of those kind of, and he led the Seahawks down the field in overtime. Not only that, they also needed a 2-point conversion. So, uh,
Yeah. But I mean,
eh.
who are they playing? Like, who are they going to
Well,
play? That's the question.
the Rams, I think Adams was out, right? Adams didn't
He
play.
was, but it didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter that much. Stafford still had 457 yards, no interceptions. Puka had 225. That's crazy. They still lost.
Yeah, but I think it's just that defense. So I think Sam Darnold with the Vikings and that Vikings defense had to go on the road in the playoffs. I think they played the Rams, right? And then they
They
just
did.
got beat
Yeah.
down. So now Sam Darnold with the Seahawks, with that Seahawks defense. So now they're beating the Rams. So I'm like, okay, that's
I wouldn't say they're
interesting.
beating. Wait, did they beat him the first time?
No, they split. So that's why they
So they
went for
split.
2. They had
Right.
to go for 2 to split the regular season series with the Rams. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Sam Darnold with this defense, it seems like the offensive pieces, like this offense, just suits him better. But he's still good for a couple of interceptions. So it's like, you know,
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, because I don't fully trust him. I mean, I picked the Rams in this game just because I think the Rams have Darnold's number, since
and you were
last year in the
wrong.
playoffs. I don't know about that. I mean, the Rams had
You were wrong.
581
It was
yards.
38-37.
You're talking
Seahawks.
about the Seahawks defense. I mean, the Rams had 581 yards. It all comes down to that 2-point conversion that was controversial, backward
Yeah.
pass, you know. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't that one. That was a different one.
No, it's just the
But
tight end over
still,
the center. Yeah.
mm, yeah, I
I
don't
don't
have a
know.
lot of faith in the team. I mean, defense is good for the playoffs, but it's all going to be up to Darnold, I think. And we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the ultimate test for him.
Yeah. I think this is a good sign, though. He led like I
Sure.
said, he led the team to a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So, you kind of have to, give it to him. And then, again, it's going to be in the playoffs. He's going to have to earn it again. It just seems like whenever he plays good teams, he's good for a couple of interceptions, and that's historically not awesome, in the playoffs.
No, they're definitely not.
But a very good
Uh,
game. Very good game.
yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed I missed it. That would have been a fun one to watch. But
Stupid
who do they
work.
got next? Yeah, who needs
The
that?
Seahawks? I
Yeah.
don't know.
So I mean, they got. See, they play the Niners, right?
No, it's the Bears that play the
Or
Niners.
so next week is the Panthers. They're in
That'll be good.
Pantherville. I mean, look at today. The Panthers winning over the Bucks.
Which
They,
leads us into Bucks Panthers.
There we go. Did not expect that. Baker's doing his thing
Really?
as usual.
I
No,
I don't.
I
You're
just
talking
got
about not
the
trusting a
Bucks.
quarterback. I don't trust Baker.
Why
Baker's
not?
he's getting hurt. He's throwing interceptions.
I mean, he gets
No.
hurt, but he still plays. And then he does that scamper out of the pocket. It looks like a wild animal people trying to chase, like a greased pig. It's hard to get. and, you know, I just, I can't believe it when I watch this guy. He just puts everything on the line. He just needs one
Just
arm, left arm doesn't
I got
matter.
I
Just,
got a hankering for some bacon or ham. I don't know what it is about Baker
it's
Mayfield.
that time of year, Al. So good to be here on Christmas. But that game was a really good game. That was the probably the best game in the morning slate, as it came down to the
Really?
wire, and we were all kind of fixed on that. Me and the crew at B Dubs, all the seniors there.
Oh, the seniors. What's going
um,
on? Who are you? Are you my grandson? Yes.
yeah. The table next to us, there was like this party, and like half the table was wearing Bucks jerseys, and the other half was wearing Panthers jerseys. So that was
Oh,
pretty fun to kind of sit next to, because they're just talking shit to each other the whole time, and then the Panthers were able to pull it out.
yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
just the going into this week, I was kind of thinking the Panthers were going to win it. Not and it I guess most of it had to do with just the Bucks and how they're playing this year. The defense kind of gives up leads. Like I said, Baker's
mm,
he's I think he's still playing hurt because I think he
no,
hurt
he
his
is.
shoulder.
There's something with
And
his
then he's
left
just throwing
arm.
more. Yeah, he's throwing more interceptions. But the Panthers, I think it's kind of like it's their time. It's not like they're. I mean, they're better than last year, but there's not the other teams in their division just haven't risen up, and they're just kind of there. They're like, hey, yeah, we're we're like 500. Let's do this. We're 500 ish. Let's do it. But
Well,
that's
yeah, the Panthers have been a surprise this year, and I mean, Bryce Young, dare I say, looks competent. He's looking all right. He broke a record today. Did you know that?
no,
So he's the youngest quarterback to have 11 game-winning fourth quarter comebacks. And I couldn't believe that, because I just have thought he sucks. It's just he's not. He's a bum. But hey, kudos to him. He's looking better. The team's looking better. They might make the playoffs. It's kind of interesting because I'm looking at the playoff picture, and right now
oh, okay,
they're leading the division, because
yeah.
them and the Bucks, they
Well,
were tied 7-7, and now the Panthers won, so now they're the 4 seed, but they still have a 42% projected chance to make the playoffs, and the Bucks have a 58%
yeah. So it's
chance.
winning you're in for that division, and then you're out, you're out. But I, at the beginning of the season, I thought the Panthers were going to be able to score. I can't remember the coach's name, but they got him from Tampa Bay. He was the offensive coordinator, and I just had a
Oh,
feeling like he was going to at least provide the framework, I guess, for an offense and just make it a little easier for um, Young to, I guess, use his talents. And
mm,
this year, the Panthers, they start slow, so and then they kind
yeah.
of towards the end, it's like that's when they really, pick up the scoring pace, and I guess that leads into the late heroics with the game winning drives. So I didn't know he had that many. But wait, how many did he have? You said 11?
11.
Okay, so that's going back to his rookie
Yeah.
year. And okay.
So he's
I
the
was like,
youngest quarterback to get there.
yeah, I'm like, they don't have
Um,
11 wins.
yeah, but yeah, Dave Canales, that's the coach.
Yeah.
I know that he was. He was good with Baker when he was with the Bucks. It seems like they're finding something that's working, at least for Bryce Young. So it's good to see, a little bit changing of the guard. Maybe we'll have a bunch of new teams in the playoffs, like all the perennial contenders from years past are out pretty much.
Yeah.
It's getting to that time of the year where it's super weird now. Um, can you guess what the NFL's giving us for Christmas?
Oh, I saw. I think it was like Viking. Who are the Vikings playing?
Yeah, how
Some
about
other like. There's another team that's out of the playoffs. I don't know. I was
right?
like,
How about three of the most meaningless games you've ever watched? So yeah, Cowboys at Commanders, Lions at Vikings,
oh, that's a
Broncos at
rivalry.
Chiefs. But
Lions
I mean,
Vikings. That's a big game for the Lions because
well,
they
they're
lost
basically
today.
out.
Well,
But
yeah, I mean they're not mathematically they're still in it. So let's
I think
just
they have an 8% chance.
they have to rely on math to get in the playoffs now at this point.
Well, math and love. Z,
So
math and love, because Jordan Love got a concussion against the Bears, so he's probably not playing next week against the Ravens.
wait, are we going
So
into
that
Bears corner? Why did it get
whoa,
dark
whoa,
in
whoa,
here?
whoa! No, we're not. We're not going there yet. Not yet.
Yeah,
Um,
so I think it's Packers, Lions, and there's another team.
for
Kind
what?
of they're in the playoff. They're like in, they they're in the hunt is what the term they
In the
use.
hunt. Well,
Yes.
Packers and Panthers right now, but I mean, obviously, Lions. The
Well, no,
Bucks are,
Panthers. Who was it? Damn it! You're gonna make me look it up.
look what up. I mean, I don't know. I think the Lions, they do have a chance because let's
Yes,
see. So they're
it's
playing the
Packers,
Vikings.
Lions, and there's one other team.
Oh, Chiefs, Broncos.
NFC. Damn it!
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's another team. So essentially, it can't. It's not I don't think it's the Panthers and Bucks because it's they're um they're actually like whoever loses, they're out. Okay, here we go. In the hunt. I got it. Oh, I guess it is the Bucks. So they could
Yeah.
still, even if they don't. That's not. That's not
No, I
true.
don't get it. I don't get why the Bucks have a better chance than the Panthers. I mean, this must be like the games that they're playing. I mean, like I said, the Panthers. Okay, Panthers playing the Seahawks. They probably lose. Yeah, Bucks are playing the Dolphins, so they got to win that. And then week 18, it is Panthers Bucks. So I guess that's what they're leaning on. Is that the
Yeah.
those teams are going to
Well,
be tied going into the last week. So that's going to be the only interesting game in week 18, pretty
wait.
much.
The Bucks and the Panthers have to play again.
Week 18, yeah, and they're probably going
Oh,
to be tied again.
so yeah, winning you're in. So that's why. Okay, I thought it was a different team other than the NFC South. But yeah, it's Packers, Lions, and whoever is not leading the NFC South. So
Yeah.
everybody else got eliminated: Vikings, Cowboys, Falcons, Saints. Dang, the Saints were still alive.
I
All
mean,
right.
Saints are still alive. 5
No,
and
they
10.
were still. They just got eliminated, I guess, this week. Oh wait, no, I
It can't
guess.
be.
Yeah,
Maybe if they won out. Yeah. I don't know.
who
Wouldn't
cares?
do them any good.
I mean, we have to go into Bears corner now because that was the
Yeah,
um
right.
like whatever. What
Let's
do you
just
do?
get it
You're
over
gonna
with.
do some sort of costume or what?
Just bring it out. Just
let
get
me
this
get my
over with.
let me get my Lee Corso helmet. Not so fast. Bears.
Yeah. That was a pretty good game. I thought the Bears were gonna win going into this week.
Well, I think we all had
And
the
it
Bears.
Yeah, but it got scary there. I mean, the Packers were just kind of hanging on, and then Jordan Love got concussed. So as soon as what's his name, Malik Willis came in, and they're going to overtime, I made sure to run to what's it called, FanDuel, put down some money on the Bears because I mean the Bears. Look, they just tied it going to overtime. No Jordan Love. They're in Chicago. There's no way they're losing that game. And then I started sweating because Malik Willis made a couple throws down the field, but eventually they turned it over. And, Caleb made that spectacular throw to the end zone. And that was a wrap. That was it. But
Yeah,
entertaining game.
yeah. So I was at work, and then when I got home, I actually watched the condensed version on
Yeah.
NFL Plus, and I don't understand. I don't know. I'm old school. Like I'm older than these two coaches
Here we go.
that were in here that were doing this. I don't understand going for it on fourth down all the time. I don't understand. I
It's
you
the new trend. That's what the
as
kids are doing.
Yeah, and it sucks. So the thing
See all
is,
these young coaches in the
when
NFL
you're
now?
yes, it's why are you going for it? Just get your points and then play defense.
It's the
I
AWS
I
stats. It's the next gen stats brought to you by
I
Amazon.
know. I know that so I think it was um John Madden that said like, "Hey, if you're driving and you have a long drive and you have nothing to show for it, it kind of deflates your team. So if you're going to go for it, at least have it be like the second time around. So at least like, hey, just kick the field goal next time you're down there, then go for the fourth down." And I understand like cuz now I think we had already mentioned what's happening is fourth and one, put your tight end in and then do your tush push and then you'll get that 1
Mhm.
yard. That's fine. And I don't remember what the yardage was on the fourth down for for the Packers or the Bears. But I think it was the first drive they both went for it and didn't get it, and there's no
Oh,
points
what?
there.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that
if
was
one
kinda
of the
crazy.
teams would have kicked the field goal, in theory, you wouldn't have gone into overtime like if the game played out
Well,
with the same amount of points.
I think it was also John Madden that famously said, "What the hell is AI?" So, there's no AI stats to say, go for it on 4th and 1. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, obviously those 2 examples are, case in point. Like the Packers go down, I fail to convert, and then it goes down the other way with the Bears, and they try to do some weird trick play, where they had like the tight end lined up at quarterback, and they try to direct snap it to the running back. It just went way over his head, so the ball's going the other way. All of a sudden, they just have to fall on it, and it's a turnover. So I don't know. It's great until it doesn't work, and then you're thinking, what the hell are we doing here? So I'm
yeah, and
kind of
both
with
of
you,
these,
but you know, when you have an explosive offense, you gotta, especially if you're kind of like in that no man's land where it's like you're just outside field goal range, and there's really no point of punting it unless you want to just pin him back. I mean, it seems like most teams are electing to just go for it instead of trying to get the ball on the 2 or something with that corner kick.
yeah, and I get you're trying to win the game, but you're putting the coaches are putting their stamp on the game early, and that's what they kind of did, and it just kind of made the I don't know. It made the game a little weird, and then it just like, okay, these, like you just said, these weird kind of like odd, why is the tight end back there? We're gonna direct snap. And it's like these offenses are getting too cute, and these coaches are like, they're trying to put their genius stamp on the game. There's an acronym, KISS. I think we all know what KISS stands for. Keep it simple, stupid. Just you're down there, just run the ball. If you're, you know, who's your best, who's your best, I know Adonze was out. Is that his name? Adonze.
Yeah.
So that wide receiver was out. You still had Moore, you had Swift, you had the other little midget running back. for the Bears. That's really good too.
Young
So
guy.
just
Yeah.
yeah, just hand it off or throw it to Moore or throw it to that tight end, Loveland. You know, don't try to make it too cute. And I just think that the coaches get in the way of the game, just like referees can get in the way of the game if they call too many fouls. Just
I
these
say,
ticky
yeah,
tack fouls. So,
it's a good point.
but I mean, it was a good game. I like how, because this is how the old Niners under Seifert used to, or I'm sorry, Wash. So you get a turnover, and you just the next play, you just throw a bomb to your receiver. It's just a go route, and let's try to score a touchdown right away. Kind of deflate the other team. So, in overtime, you know, the Bears, Caleb Williams, geez, I think it was like a 40, 50-yard pass, to Moore over the shoulder.
Hmm.
That was, that's how you win, um, you know, win games. And I was talking to Grady at work, and I'm like, is this the best shot for the Bears to go to the Super Bowl and maybe to win a Super Bowl? And he's like, nah, they're just going to get better. Are they? So I just remember, because like one of my favorite quarterbacks, Dan Marino, I loved watching Dan Marino play. As a rookie, went to the Super Bowl, never went there again. he
Yeah.
had
So
he had Don Shula
nothing's
as his head
guaranteed.
coach. That's what I'm saying. I almost feel, and I know that the Lions are kind of like fading. I think their window, it looks like it's closing like bad
Pretty
on
much.
them.
It's closing
The
fast.
Packers are probably going to be there, but the Lions are still kind of like, JJ McCarthy, is he going to be anything special? Is this their best shot? Because if you can get home field in Chicago, make teams go there, that would
It's a
that would
problem.
be amazing. That would be a huge problem.
I would love that, honestly. Love snow
Yes,
games.
yes.
Um, in the
That's what it
playoffs,
just
it's
feels
great.
like to me. Like this is the Bears' best shot, and then like a more recent, example would be the Cowboys with Dak. His rookie year, they had Zeke. He was going off. They couldn't. They got a bye. I think they were like the number one seed, one or two. They had a
I think
bye
so.
in the playoffs,
Yeah, they were pretty
and they
good.
couldn't get past the Packers. And I think that
Hmm.
was that their best shot at a Super Bowl with Dak, and it's looking like
Yeah,
it was.
probably.
So I don't know. Food for thought.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. I mean, the Bears got to make the most of this opportunity. Um, they got to do all they can to win out. Obviously, they're playing the 49ers and forget who else after that. They got the
Talking about the
Lions.
Bears.
Yeah, they get the
Yeah.
Lions in week 18. So that's going to be pretty good game.
How about that? First meeting, Chicago, Detroit.
Just get smoked.
Ben
Yeah.
Johnson gets the Bears just get demolished. And now, end of the season, week 18, you get the line, you can knock them out of the playoffs. How
I
that's
mean,
what
that's got to be so
I'm just
satisfying.
saying.
Yeah.
This I think this is the season. All these like turnovers, it's like, how are they winning? Caleb Williams, sometimes he's not very like 200 yards through passing.
Hmm.
And they're just
Yeah.
winning these games. I'm like, how?
Oh, they're running the ball like crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, that defense is playing well. Yeah, Caleb's, he's doing all right. He's definitely not passing in volume, at least for yards. And it's not going to get easier when it gets colder, So
I I will say
this
this,
is probably the best chance.
that dude is fast. Like when I
He
watch
is.
him play, I did not expect him to be like that. He reminds me of a young, dare I say, Aaron Rodgers. Like he can get
Wow.
out and he can just move. I mean, it's like, wait, he was just 5 yards. He was like over there, and now he's like way over there.
Yeah, he's got to
Like,
play like every quarter.
the defenders are running after him, and it's just like he just slowly moves away, like, steadily just, "Bye." But, yeah, uh I think if I was a betting person, I would throw some money on the Bears to make the Super Bowl. Make it, not win it all, but at least make it. I bet
Yeah,
you get some good odds.
I'll look that up right now. Say no more.
Say no more, that's a good one.
Uh, all right. So the looks like this is win the Super Bowl. That's plus 5,500.
For the Bears?
Yeah. No, this site's saying plus 2,000 now.
So it's still plus, I mean, they're not favored.
Well, every team is plus though.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Really? I thought some teams would be at least favored,
no, for
like the
like those
Rams.
futures and stuff, it doesn't really go
My
into the
headset keep
minus.
my headset keeps slipping off. Alright.
Let's see, Super Bowl. So Super Bowl winner. Mm-mm. So AFC, NFC championship winner. The Bears are plus 850
Hmm.
to win the NFC championship.
Oh, okay. So to make the Super so they do have some. What are the Rams?
They're on top. They're plus 240.
Okay, so they're the ones that are favored.
Yeah. I mean, they're my pick for the NFC, you know.
Oh, you're all about chalk, I know. You gotta
Chalk?
give yeah. Oh, it's a term used in, NC chalk.
What are you talking about?
Uh,
Old
so it's
man, what are you talking about?
it's a term used usually in basketball, so, especially for, like,
Oh,
the,
okay.
64 tournament, like, the teams that are Kansas, Duke, Kentucky, they call them all chalk. Like, you're supposed to
No.
win. You're supposed to be there.
Well, that's kind of them, unless it's the Eagles, which I don't feel so good about. I don't want them to make it. I despise how the Eagles play football and that team. So I don't want to see any part of them in the playoffs. So hopefully they get bounced quick. But yeah, I mean Rams, I'm just glad I got to see him here in Arizona where they demolished the Cardinals. It was a privilege to see this future Super Bowl team just knock us out. Um,
So is that leading us into Cardinals corner?
Unfortunately, I think you
Might
should
as well
just
just get
kind
it
of
over with. Let's rip the
get it
Band-Aid
over
off.
with. Because the Cardinals were playing the Falcons, and
Fucking
we were
the
thinking
fucking
about going to this game just because it'd be cheaper than the Rams game because it's the Falcons. But that's a game that I thought the Cardinals would win. And guess what? They didn't. So,
yeah.
it's just Cardinals just packing it in. I get it. Season's over. Let's think about what's going to happen next season. We're going to get a pretty good draft pick, it looks like. Who's our
Top 10.
quarterback?
Yeah.
Who's our quarter? Yeah, top 10. Here, the draft isn't too great. We're definitely not going to be able to get a quarterback because it's like two or three guys, right? But only two of them are
Well
being talked about, and they'll be
there's like
picked
a
up early.
handful, yeah.
There's
But I mean,
Mendoza
in years
and more.
past, it was like, eh, they wouldn't have been talked about, but now because quarterbacks play a bigger part, that's kind of the draw for new coaches is like, oh, is there a quarterback there? No. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to Carolina or I'm gonna go to Chicago because they have their quarterback.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, lots of questions about this Cardinals team. Marvin Harrison played today.
Oh, did he?
Um,
There
You
was a
want to know
sighting.
how many yards he had?
Well, less than 20.
Yes.
Less than 20.
Yes. Yes, he had 14 yards.
Okay,
So
are you
thanks
ready
for
to
showing up.
admit that he's a head case? The Cardinals made an error in
I don't
drafting
know. I'm
Harrison.
not ready. I'm still holding my breath because he's been
You're
injured. He's been in and out. You
you're
know, the
holding to his stock.
chemistry with Murray, and then he looked better with Brissett. But I don't know. This game, I don't know what to say because it was a while ago where I told you guys the Falcons had the best pass defense. I don't really know if that's still true after all these games. I doubt it. But
Uh,
it's like one reception, like
everybody
three
has the
targets.
best pass defense against the Cardinals.
What about pass rush? I think teams are pretty good
The
at that
pass
too.
rush.
Yeah.
Speaking of pass rush, man, the Cardinal. The reason I was so high on the Cardinals, and I know this is a local sports cast, but cool it. 29 people that watch our podcast, they suck now. They've been out of the playoffs for a while. We called it after the Seattle loss. They lost 2 straight in the division. We're like, okay, they're basically out.
Yeah, they
They
were
have
dead
to,
meat at that
yeah,
point.
they're like wild card.
At best,
So
yeah.
the right now, if Arizona does not win another game, they're 6. They are picking 6, and I think it looks like they're going
Yeah.
to pick a quarterback. They're going to, um,
Well, that
trade
could happen.
Murray. Oh, it
So
will
I mean,
happen.
they're gonna lose to the Rams. They're gonna lose to the Bengals probably. So yeah, what are the
So the
just
the
the
no, the
draft
number
order?
one pick. So it's Giants, Raiders, Cleveland, Tennessee. So all those teams have quarterbacks except for the Raiders. So if the Cardinals want to
Right.
move up, they have to move up to 1 to get, because I read an article that said that the Cardinals are interested in the kid from Oregon more, but I'm assuming that's who the Raiders would select at number 2.
Well, I think the
New
Cardinals
Orleans,
just have to move up to 5, but they got to convince the Jets that the Jets
yeah.
don't want a quarterback. Because I mean, all those other teams have quarterbacks except the Raiders.
Well, the
You know,
Cardinals need to convince the Jets, hey, you want Kyler Murray?
there we
You
go.
want to trade?
That's
You
what I'm
want to
talking
trade
about.
for him?
That's what I'm talking
There
about.
we go.
I like this. Tell
That's
me
what we
more.
do. Tell me more. Well, he's very athletic. He's a little short, but kids love him.
Yes.
Uh,
Tell me more.
so the teams that
That
need
sounds
a
great.
quarterback: Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, Saints. So I think I'd be
I don't know
more
about the
afraid of the
Saints.
Saints.
I don't know about the Saints. I think they like Shuck. They've been winning the past 2 weeks, and he's looked okay. I mean,
Ah,
I think
shucks.
Shucks, they're hanging on to Shuck because he's all right. I mean,
No.
he's doing it. They're going to keep him. So,
I think
yeah.
the coach there more he's gonna want the kid from Oregon. He's gonna want to move up. So the
Mm.
Jets, Arizona, Saints want to move up. But I think here's what I think. If either the Jets or the Saints can't move it up to that number 1 spot, then they'll trade for Murray. That's what I think will happen. And then Miami, you got Miami there too, and at number 11.
So Murray for Murray and the sixth pick for the fifth pick and some guys. Like, what are we
No,
talking
so
here?
no, I mean, I wouldn't trade a number 1 for Murray. Like I've said that Murray is still a viable player. He's not the best, he's not the worst. He's like in the middle, and I think he would garner multiple picks, like a 2 twos or like a 2 and 3, something like that. Not like, well, I can't believe they're gonna do that. No, he's locked up uh, on his contract. he's going to want to prove himself. So you're getting a quarterback with experience. It's got a contract, wants to prove himself. So, and you can't do worse than that. He can run, he can throw. It's just like I said. I think he does have a little. He's um, is it vertically challenged, right? It's just he's
He's
got
short.
a
Yeah,
he's got a
he's
you got
shorter
to
than
run him
me.
out of the pocket. Let's put it that way. Let's move
Got
the
to give him a
pocket,
little nudge. Yeah.
move the pocket to either side, and then you'll be all right.
I mean, the Jets have a boatload of draft picks,
Oh yeah, they
so the
traded all their
Cardinals would
guys. Yeah,
would do good to try to get some of those. They got, I'm eyeing the 27 draft. The Jets have 3 first round picks in 27, and
yeah,
that is
but
a
you're
loaded quarterback class.
not going to get a number one for Murray. I would just you know you and the Jets have so many picks. You could do like I mean, even two threes. If you want to do two threes, that's fine. If I was the Cardinals, okay, here you go. And then the Jets can use Murray, and then fill out the rest of that roster. Or if they suck again, which is highly
Which they will.
likely,
Yeah.
they can see who the quarterback is next year and try to, say, okay, who wants Murray? And Murray becomes a journeyman quarterback
Well,
at
yeah, I'm just
5'11.
thinking. I'm thinking the Cardinals try to dump Murray and just run it with Brissett next year. Just kind of try to tank for that, number one pick, basically 2027, and I don't know, they get a quarterback then. So it's just kind of see what happens. But I'd like to get something for this upcoming draft. Build that, probably build the defense or like the offensive line a little.
Well, the
Do
thing
something
about
like that.
yeah, that defense. Well, the defense was hurt. The offensive line got hurt too. So I think they've already kind of signed and drafted on defense. They just need those guys to kind of show up. I know Nolan did. Nolan got hurt. Do you
Mhm.
know what happened to him? He was grabbing his knee and he got carted off and it looked like he was crying. So I think he tore his ACL. So
No, I didn't see it.
yeah, I think he's
That's
going to
crazy.
be out until probably halfway into the
Possible
season.
Achilles injury.
Oh, Achilles. Holy cow. Okay.
Well, some
I
people
he,
are saying Achilles, so
damn.
that's not good at all.
Um,
But they're saying knee injury, so
well, he was grabbing his knee. That's what it looked like on the cart, and they showed the replay. So he's running after Cousins. He got blocked. He gets off the block. He's running towards Cousins, and then he just kind of jumps up. Like he jumps up and grabs his leg and just kind of falls down. I was like, oh man, that's not.
no, that's the worst. Um, yeah,
But
they're saying.
yeah,
I guess there's someone else.
somebody else got hurt
Garrett Williams had an Achilles injury.
in the game, in the Falcons game. The
That's what it's saying. It's saying yeah, the
the
cart which had
DB.
already taken Garrett Williams. Um,
Jeez,
so he's is he one of our rookie corners?
I don't think he was a rookie, but
Um,
he. No, I don't think he was because he was coming back. So I think had been here. I think he got hurt last year, but that
oh,
sucks.
okay. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah. So, yeah, he's done for a while. And I mean,
Shit.
Nolan too, looks serious. So they've been banged up this year for sure on defense.
So if you're Michael Bidwell, do you keep Gannon? Do you keep Monty?
Um,
Do you
I
run it
think you
back?
uh I think you do run it back. Yeah, because I mean, it's like, okay, so I think you have to either way. So if you keep Kyler, um, I don't know. I just don't think anyone actually thinks Kyler's good. So what point would hiring a new coach, bringing in a new system, what would that do for us? If they dump Kyler, then I mean, your season's going to suck next year, anyways. So I
Well,
don't know. You want
here's
to bring in a new coach? Maybe that's a better time to install the system in an off year, sort of, and
well
get ready
the
for that
problem
27 draft.
with the Cardinals is Gannon was known as he was the defensive coordinator for the Eagles. He's
Yeah,
known for defense, and your defense is just getting just
it's
knocked to the
bad.
ground every game. I mean, you're giving up 40 plus points. You're losing. It's like, okay, has he lost the team, or does this guy just not know how to coach? And that's kind of, I think, where uh, the Bidwells are. And it's
I think
just
he's
like,
lost the
well,
team a little.
if we if we uh we lost our quarterback, so maybe we should just start over with some offensive guy, go draft a quarterback. And
Mm.
if you do that, you're gonna have to trade, and you're gonna have to move up. So you're gonna have to move up to number one if you want to get more. So it's either, here's the thing: if the Cardinals move up, look for them to get rid of Gannon, get some offensive, offensive coordinator, whatever, some genius, and get a quarterback and kind of, it's almost like a soft reboot because you have so many guys on defense already and offense. I mean, you have Harrison, you have McBride. Um,
Wilson,
do you
it's pretty
bring?
good.
Yeah, you got Wilson. Are you going to bring back Connor? Are you going to bring back? I guess Benson's still going to be
Oh
here.
yeah, you gotta.
So it's kind of like, you know, we can, we still got some guys here. We still got a team. We just need, I think, a different perspective. And I think it's going to be that offensive. I don't know who's the offensive guy. I think they've all been hired. So,
Well, we still got some that are hanging off the tree, ready to drop. Mike
or
McDaniel.
you
Hello.
get a retread.
Pete Carroll might be available.
Speaking of Carroll, that dude, I watched. Okay, I don't know if we're getting into Raiders corner, but I
Let's do it.
watched. Like, I'm depressed talking about the Cardinals. Let's talk about another depressing team.
They did good
So,
today. Come on.
oh, they did good today. Did they win?
They lost by 2 points. That's a win.
They lost. They lost again. So, what was it? Um, I think it was a tight end caught it in the flat, but he didn't make a football move, so it wasn't technically a catch. Fumbled it. The DB for the Raiders ran it in for a touchdown. Carroll's like,
Mm.
yeah, but when I looked at him celebrate, it looked like he crapped his pants. Like, it literally, I was like, this dude should not be coaching anymore. He should not be out there. This, he should be in the front office just telling them, hey, like he'd be kind of like what is it? Um, shit, I can't even remember the term. The but he's just like, you ask him for advice. That's about it.
Oh, like a
Hey,
consultant.
yeah, hey, Grandpa, what did you guys used to do in this situation? But no, here's the thing. So for the podcast, I was going to be like, of course I didn't watch the game. I had better stuff to do. I was cleaning the house. I was getting ready for family to come in this week. But I was going to be like, well, let me guess. They kept it close for like a half. And let me guess. Geno Smith throws an interception. Uh, Crosby looks good. Maybe Janty shows his potential, what he could do, but they still end up losing the game at the end. Is that kind of what happened?
Well, let's see. Geno Smith, 1 interception.
Yeah, it was
Ashton
a pick six.
Genty,
It was a pick six.
128 yards.
It was a pick
Yeah.
six. So I saw that. Yeah,
So
I
so is
did kind of
Geno done?
I was
Is
watching
Geno
like
not there?
this. This is how I watched the game. I'm like, please, damn it.
Yeah. I mean, look, you guys are gonna get the number 1 pick, though. That's all that matters right now.
Yeah, that'd be
Just
nice.
lose out. Yeah.
That's what they're gonna. That's why Carroll hasn't been fired. That's the only reason.
Now they think he's doing a good job preparing for the draft.
But the thing is, they have that saying that the team it's good or it makes a change from like the owner down. So the owner
Okay.
does not know what he's doing, and then there's a lot of upper management. So the podcast I listen to in the mornings, the host, he says that radio has a lot of bobs and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So this team, the Raiders team, has a lot of bobs in upper management and they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Is
And I
that
was
different
thinking,
from Jag?
no, it's not an acronym. It's just bobs.
No.
Um,
Okay.
and I was thinking this team probably won't be good until they get rid of Tom Brady as an owner.
Wow, I was about
Yeah,
to say, I mean, Tom
I'm
Brady,
like,
there was that whole controversy about how he's gonna help them win a whole bunch of games, and
no,
they're losing every game, so no. You
is
think
that
he's the problem?
who Brady? No, I just think that there's too many there's too many, I guess, chefs in the kitchen. There's just
Mm,
too many people giving their idea and then it's just like it shows on the field too because it's just like everybody's, you have some dudes that are good and that's about it. Nobody plays as a team on that Raiders team. And
okay.
until they switch things up, it's, it's not going to be any different. So
So do you want Pete Carroll to go?
I mean, I didn't want him to go, but I think, yeah,
How many coaches do you wanna pay? 'Cause you guys are still
I
paying
want to pay
Gruden.
one. I want to pay one.
You guys are still paying Gruden, right? And then
Uh,
Pierce and Carroll, if you let him go.
I don't know.
Man,
I don't
um,
care.
well, so Stefanski might be, available. You interested in him? Defensive coach.
No, no. There's got to be, there's, in on the whole country of the United States, there's got to be some, like the next, you know, the dude from the Panthers team, the dude that's at the Jaguars,
Oh, that was last
McVay.
year. We're not doing that again
Is there
for
another
another
Ben
few years.
Johnson out there? I mean, there's gotta
Um,
be somebody. Do you I don't know.
Glenn Taylor might be available,
If you
coach of the
get
Jets.
if you get a defensive can you get uh what's his name? Mike McDaniel from the Dolphins as an offensive coordinator? I wouldn't mind that. Is there like a
Not me
defense?
too, yeah.
Can like if the Cardinals fire Gannon, can Gannon get hired by the Raiders and then he hires Mike McDaniels as his offensive coordinator? I wouldn't mind that, something like that.
That could
And
be
then you
good.
get that number 1 pick, and then you have to start building that offensive line though, because what good is having a a rookie quarterback and he's just getting killed every time he goes to throw it? But
Mm,
it doesn't make any
yeah.
sense.
What about Zach Taylor? He might be gone.
Uh, maybe, but he's a retread. I would like just some new, like a new blood. Just let's get a new. And I don't think the Bengals are gonna cut ties with him.
Does his name rhyme with Brian Dayball?
Oh, Jesus. I think I would stop being a fan if they hired Dayball.
That would be
Uh,
bad. I wouldn't watch football anymore if the Cardinals did that too. So I'd hate everything.
I
Uh,
mean, there's some offensive coordinator somewhere, quarterbacks coach. Does the
what
dude from the
about
Vikings, does he want to leave the Vikings and come to Vegas? I don't
what about
remember his name.
McCarthy? Would you take McCarthy?
No, no, he's a retread.
Okay. Um, well, enjoy Pete
Well,
Carroll.
that's all I got.
Enjoy Pete Carroll in his diapers next year. So,
Cliff Kingsbury, part
um,
2.
now, geez, no. Although, if
Uh,
the Raiders, I mean, the Raiders aren't going to trade for Kyler anymore. That ship has sailed, I think, since they're going to be sitting on the first pick.
oh yeah, if they're already number 2, so yeah, that's not
Yeah,
even
because
an
I
option
mean,
anymore.
because it's either Mendoza or Moore from Oregon. So and like we were saying, those top 5 teams, they don't need quarterbacks except for the Raiders. So, uh, they're sitting in
Well, the
good position right
Jets,
now. Oh, the Jets, yeah, but we don't talk about the Jets.
but I
Um,
honestly think they're going to go after um, when they started trading all their guys and it just started stockpiling draft picks. I was like, I
they
think
have so many.
they're going to trade for Murray.
I mean, let's see how much they have. Trying to do numbers here real quick. They got 16 draft picks for this
In the
upcoming
next
year.
2 years or in just 1 year.
Just 26. Because they have two
Jeez.
firsts, they have 2 seconds, they got a third and a fourth, they got 3 5ths, 2 6ths, and 5 7ths.
Yeah, give me two fives for Kyler Murray. All right, that's fine. But I think it's going to take 2.
2 5s. That's crazy.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't
The
even know how
Saint
this makes sense. Yeah.
the Saints, do they make a splash? I could see the Saints trading for, but like I said, I think whoever out of the Jets, Saints, they don't get into that number 1 with, they don't trade into it with the Giants. If the season were
Yeah.
to end, then like today and it was the same, the team that doesn't get into the first pick would then trade for Murray. So
Well, I mean,
The
what if
Cardinals,
um what if the Bengals trade Joe Burrow
oh, jeez, he's
to
not.
the
They're not going to
Jets
trade if
for like every pick?
the Bengals trade Joe Burrow. They've earned the title worst team in the NFL.
They we know that. They're cheap. We know that. But
I don't
it's
see
like
them
they went
ever
all
doing
in
it.
and it's just blowing up because it gets really ugly for them, going into next year. They can just cut Higgins because his contract is really weird. Like his agent didn't review it. Like, they can just
Hmm.
cut ties with Higgins. There's not a lot of guaranteed money there. Obviously you still have Chase for a lot of money and Burrow, but it's like unless you're doing something, like if they fire Zach Taylor, I mean, we're talking rebuild. We got depressed Joe Burrow, which is an awful sight. He looked good
I don't know.
today, but
Yeah, I'm
if
like,
he doesn't want to
whoa.
be there, it's like, what do you do?
Did you wear the slippers today?
No, I did not. I framed those. They're on the
you're
wall. Yes.
you're at Buffalo Wild Wings, socks and the slides, just mingling with the senior citizens.
Yeah, with the ranch stains on the ground and yeah. Um, no, but I don't think going back to the Saints, I don't think they're going to go for a quarterback this year. I
Oh,
think they're
yeah.
fine. I think they're
I
just
don't
going to
know.
sit there. They have other needs, and I think they are starting to believe in Shuck.
Oh, shucks. All right. Sounds
Is
good
it
to
the
me. I don't know.
Rams have the 10th pick? It's from the
They
Falcons.
traded with Atlanta.
That's just stupid. Atlanta's
Who did?
stupid.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
let's let's see here. What else?
We still
Oh,
talking about the
the
draft?
Chiefs. Finally, I mean, here's the one thing that I never understood. You go to the playoffs. I think they've been like 8 straight years, whatever. You
Yeah.
never have any injuries. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen? Finally, the injury bug attacks the Chiefs because not even Minshew could escape the torn ACL that
He
is
tear his
plaguing.
ACL today?
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Oh, damn. I was because I was not paying attention to that game. You know, the score
That's
was 2-3 at a point. I was like, okay, I'm not watching this
why
the
did I
game at
pay
all.
attention to that game? Here's why. Because I was like, yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then also I switched because the Jaguars Broncos was at the same time as the Raiders Texans game. So I was like, yes, yes, Jaguars. Because I believe I had them.
Mm,
They are in the running for the number 1 seed. And I don't
in the
think they're going to
running.
get it, but I think they're going to make some noise in the playoffs. I do think that.
Can I
Did you
interest
see any?
you in a
Wait, did you
Jaguars
see any?
Bears Super Bowl?
Oh yeah.
I didn't see the afternoon games. I was
So
busy.
there was a point in that game, the refs I guess blew the whistle, and a Bronco player like Trevor Lawrence was just standing there with the ball, like he's in this quarterback pose, and then they blow the whistle, and then he's just standing there, and I guess this defensive guy didn't for the Broncos didn't hear the ball, hear the whistle, so he just
Yeah,
tackles like and from behind. So it was his like if you go watch the highlights, watch
yeah,
the it's in the highlights. Like the way Trevor Lawrence, like his neck snapped back and he just like
I bet.
he fell forward.
Whiplash.
Oh, yeah. But that was I mean the Jaguars and they have a head coach that I thought was going to be able to turn that team around. So he was also an offensive coordinator with the Bucks. He got a chance to become a head coach, and I thought he was going to, I guess, apply that framework for an offense for Trevor Lawrence to operate in, and that's kind of why
Yeah,
I picked the Jaguars to win that division, even though the Texans were there. I was like, I think I like the Jaguars, and they were also my Super Bowl pick. So yes, I was very interested in this game for that reason, but they
yeah,
looked very good. It was back and forth, but then the Jaguars just kind of like overwhelmed, and it was in Denver, and they overwhelmed the Broncos. So it was a good game.
yeah. That one was weird to me because I don't trust the Jags. I think they're a fraudulent team, and we'll see that in the playoffs. Um,
I don't
but the
think they're fraudulent.
Broncos, they've been doing
The
good.
Broncos are
I
fraudulent.
also they're they're on my fraud watch right now because,
They're
well, first of
fraudulent.
all, yeah, it would be good if they got the first seed. The road goes through Denver, which is a cold place, high up in the mountains, hard to breathe. That's going to be tough for other teams. But I still don't have them quite going to the Super Bowl. I and same for the Jags. I think that
Broncos, right?
Broncos and Jags. Yeah, I think that it's a nice story for both of them. I think they'll get bounced eventually, and I think the Bills. This is their year. Like if you want to talk about a team whose year it is, I mean, if you were to tell Josh Allen, this year Mahomes is not going to be there, Burrow's not going to be there, Jackson's not going to be there. Like there's no excuse at this point. And I know they don't have all the weapons that have made them super explosive in the past, but this is it. This is the year.
Well, their Achilles heel is their defense. So if their
Yeah.
defense can at least, you know,
Well, did you
stop.
see that game today? Like against the Browns? The Browns were hanging on with Shadur. I was thinking, what
Oh,
the hell's going on?
what I did see was a phantom half sack for Jason. It was for Garrett, the defensive
Yeah.
lineman for the. So Allen, he he drops back and then he just runs backwards and he falls down.
Oh, there's
And
the over the end zone, right? He just puts
yeah,
his hand out.
and Garrett just kind of like does this motion, doesn't touch anything, doesn't touch any, and they gave him a half sack for that.
Oh, so they
Like,
did give him that. Okay.
I'm like, oh,
See, it was
okay.
someone else that was closer, but that was just so stupid. It's just like, what the hell are you doing, Josh Allen? Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
either I
mean,
don't know.
it could be. I don't like how the Bills they don't win. Um, I guess not that they don't win, but they don't take the division. They never took it
They don't
from
dominate.
New England. New England just kind of faded, and now New England's back. And I think New England beat them twice, right, this year. So I
Mm,
mean, the
the
Bills
twice, yeah.
have to have a. I don't even know if they have a better division record. So even if they're tied, I think they're gonna still be just under the Patriots. So
Well, how do you feel about the Patriots in the playoffs?
God, I hate the fucking Patriots. How do you had like 20 plus years of Bill Belichick and all those Super Bowls, and then you suck. And it's like cousin Sal, like he has this rant too. Is like, you guys get Drake May and you're fucking back in the playoffs. What the fuck is that? That's I just
Um,
I don't think it's fair. Um, no, I think that they're probably with Vrabel as their coach. They're probably better. They're in a better situation, I think, than any AFC team to go into the playoffs. I think you have Josh McDaniels there, who was there with Belichick, knows offense, knows postseason. Um, uh, how you know each possession is so big in the playoffs. It's bigger than the regular season. And then, like I said, Vrabel, he kind of handles the defense. So you got two guys there, two coaches that can prepare that team. Then you have, Drake May. I think he's every bit as good as Josh Allen. I think he's getting up there with um as far as like throwing the ball with Burrow, with who's the other, even Mahomes. I mean, and he's athletic. So I
he's
mean,
pretty good. I'll say that.
they're 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 gonna be a problem for other teams.
They will.
I
Next year, maybe.
no,
Not
not
this year. I'm
this year.
glad you said all that because I'm going to zag. The Patriots are a fraudulent team and are going to get bounced out
You
of the
know what
playoffs.
that
They'll
word
probably
means?
look. No. They're going to win one game. All right. Here's a nugget
Chargers.
for you. Chargers.
Like, I
That's
just want to.
another fraudulent
I'm
team. Don't
doing.
get me
Okay.
started.
That's what
Don't
I
get
was
me
waiting for.
started about
They're a
betting on the
fraudulent team.
Chargers. Okay.
They're gonna make the
But the
playoffs,
Patriots,
and they're in the
I
hunt for
think
the number one seed. So I don't
they've
know how
had
you
the
can be
easiest
fraudulent.
schedule since 2003.
You
So
can only
I think
play
that's
who's in
all I have
front
to
of
say.
you,
I know, but I mean
and they've
that's
already beaten
what
the
we're seeing with
Broncos.
some of these other teams. It's just this is like an inflated schedule based off of an easy schedule, and I think they're going to get exposed in the playoffs. Obviously, it's going to help if look they're going to be at home. That's going to be really good for them. I think they win one game, but when it gets, I think if they face Buffalo again, it's going to be a different story. I don't think they're beating the Bills again. Yeah,
They're not beating them again.
you heard it
No,
from me. No, they're
I
not.
think this is the one year, especially like the AFC, is kind of up for grabs. It's and I think the
Yeah, I love it.
Patriots are The Patriots are probably better suited, more so than any other team to just be at least be prepared. And you have
Well, the
all these other
Broncos are there.
teams. You have all these other teams that they. It's almost like maybe they're there, like they don't know how good they are. I guess it could, and so they don't know. It's almost that Rumsfeld, the saying that I like. There's not unknown unknowns and known unknowns. I mean, like
Okay.
a lot of the teams out there, it's like, man, I don't
All
think they
right.
even know how good they are. And it's just they're gonna just and it's matchups and it's just all right,
Okay.
we're gonna see it.
Well, I'm going to do you one better. So here's a unknown known. If the Patriots go up against the Texans in the first round, the Patriots are going to lose. And that's the way it's lining up right now.
Well, so you're saying the Texans are gonna win their division? They're gonna nudge out the Jaguars?
No, no, I'm saying so the Texans would be the 7 seed and the
So you're
Patriots
saying
will
the
be the 2
Texans are
seed.
gonna go to New England and beat the Patriots?
Yes, because defense travels.
No.
I think Stroud is getting hot at the right time. That team is getting hot at the right time, and their defense is going to carry them. It's going to do them a lot of good in the playoffs. I
No, I
think
mean,
that we still have to see Drake May in the playoffs. I mean, he hasn't done it. So that, we can't just crown a quarterback as good as he's looking as we've never seen him in the playoffs.
I would agree, but the problem is the as good as that Texans defense is, they suck on offense. So the
Yeah.
problem is how are they gonna how are they gonna
They have to
score?
score 20.
Because consistently, you know, make plays, move the ball. Just trying to think, even if whose offense is kind of like middle. I'm just trying to think who has kind of like a minimal offense that's not very good. Like
Steelers?
maybe Steelers, maybe Dolphins. Like if the
Dolphins don't
Texans,
have an offense right now.
well, they
Got Quinn
won
Ewers.
like six straight. I don't know the what the stats are, but I mean, it's just if they had any kind of offense, and the problem with the Texans is their defense is really good. So there was a team back in the day, um, the Saints. They had really good defense, and this is who the Texans remind me of. They had like four, I think it was like three or four linebackers that were really good, and this Saints defense was good. This was like back in the 90s. And they kept going up against the Niners. So that was the Joe Montana Niners. So it might have been
Okay.
even earlier than the 90s. And
Yeah.
I just remember like, oh yeah, they got a really good defense. I think they're gonna, do really good in the play. No, they, just- they did not do good in the playoffs. And that's what I'm
Well,
talking about
yeah.
with the Patriots is you have McDaniels there, you have your quarterback there. So you have your offense because you have, you know, a better than average, and he's never been in the playoffs before, but he's better than average quarterback. So I
I'll give you
think
that.
that's why I'm saying the Patriots are dangerous is because you have the coaches there that will walk them through here's what you need when you're going into the playoffs. Okay, we need to control the ball, and you don't have to you don't have to throw for 300 yards. Just hand the ball off and let let's see what the running game can do. And then if we'll mix in some throws, you're gonna get yours. And then he's also very athletic, so I think they're gonna have some running plays for him as well. I
Okay.
mean, that's just what I think.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. Um, but he is better than average. Good coach, good team. So, um, I do think they can win a game, but I don't think this is their year,
I feel a little
honestly.
wager coming on if they do meet.
Let's do it. I'm all for it. I mean, while we're here, let's go down some potential playoff matchups.
Are you looking at
So,
the potential
yeah,
matchups? Okay.
looking at the playoff picture. So, let's go to the Jags and Bills. So it would be Jags Bills in the wild card
Really?
if they played. Yeah. So you think the
First week?
Jags are going to beat the Bills?
Oh, man.
I don't.
So that would be in Jacksonville then,
That would be
because
in
they would it's
Jaguars
so right
land.
now
Yes.
they're the division leader, so it would be in Jacksonville.
Hmm.
So again, you have the issue with the Bills defense, and I like the Jaguars offense the way they're playing. The
Yeah.
problem is you have that X factor at quarterback for the Bills, and he went he left the game, today's game, so I don't know if he actually
Lawrence?
got hurt. No, Allen, Josh Allen, he left the game for a little bit and then he came back, but
Oh, I guess I
so
missed that.
I mean, it would be kind of a close game, but I just think that the Jaguars have too much on offense with Lawrence and
Yeah.
then with Etienne. I think he's really coming into his own. So they have that running game and then they have the passing game. So I just think they're going to overwhelm that Bills defense.
I don't trust the Bills defense, but I don't really trust the Jags offense. I mean, they have like
Yeah.
one, just like, what are you doing play like every quarter, it seems like.
Yeah.
Um, they've looked better in the past game or two, but
Yeah, there is
I'm
that.
still waiting. I'm waiting to see them prove it.
But I mean, like I said, I've been on the I bought the Jaguar stock at the beginning of the season before the season even started. I liked the coaching hire. I liked the potential for that coach to help Lawrence. Uh, I guess I don't want to say make a comeback, but at least kind of reach his potential. You know, like he's actually playing really good now. So yeah, I would have to take. I mean, for me, I would take Jacksonville because
Well,
they've been more consistent. They've been more consistent the whole season, and the Bills, they can't even beat. You know, they can't even win their division. So you know,
who's been making a difference in Jacksonville ever since they signed him? Your
yeah,
boy, Jacoby Myers.
they
So
extended him. I think they extended him too.
yeah, yeah. So I mean,
You know how many catches he
maybe
had
he's
today?
not a bum. Maybe it's just the Raiders suck.
Okay, how many catches did he? Oh wait, that's carries. Sorry. Let's see here. I was looking at carry. So I was
Yeah, you're about
like,
to talk shit. And
how many? Yeah. No, but I was like, how many catches? But it was carries. So he had one
yeah.
carry for 1 yard. I thought it was catches
Mm,
because you're talking all this, and it's like, oh, he only had one catch for 1 yard. Now he had 4 catches for 45 yards.
yeah, it's okay,
That's
but
extension worthy, isn't it?
isn't it paying him a lot of money? Yeah, I was surprised by that extension. 'Cause, I mean, he's been a nobody. He's been a Jag, and now he is a Jag. So they
Yeah,
want him to be a Jag. So
he is quite
let's work
literally
it
a
out.
jack. All right,
Um,
next.
Next, Steelers Chargers.
Oh my gosh.
This will be in Pittsburgh land in the Steel Curtain. So
Is this that
last
old
time,
school 19 was it in the AFC Championship 95 Steelers chart? No, it was earlier.
this is
No, it
not
was.
your
Oh no.
father's Steelers Chargers.
Chargers went to Pittsburgh and beat them and then what was in the AFC Championship and what was the Chargers reward? Oh, you get to play Steve Young and the 49ers and they just got destroyed in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
That's how these things go. Well, okay,
hmm.
so the Steelers
So
got just manhandled by the Chargers in the
TJ
season, but that
Watt's
was
out.
in LA.
TJ Watt's out for
TJ
the season, right?
He's out. Yeah,
Okay.
he's done.
Uh and then you got Metcalf, who's a head case. He had got into it this week. So this would be Chargers going to Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh is division
Right.
winner or division leader right now. So,
Yeah.
and the thing is, the Chargers still have a shot at the number one seed and leading their own division, and they already beat the Broncos. So that's kind of what I think is going to happen. Because I think I had the Chargers at the beginning of the season to win the division. And win the division. Um, yeah.
Well, they're not going to win the division.
Oh, they already beat the Broncos. They just got to beat them one more time.
Yeah.
I think they did it in Denver. So now they get them in LA. So
Easier said than done.
I don't trust Pittsburgh. I don't, especially in the playoffs. No, hell no. I'm Chargers. If that game were to happen,
Okay. If
no,
that game were to
because
happen,
I just
it's
remembered
happening.
Mike Tomlin had his like 11th season of like not of having a winning season. So they're gonna have a winning season. They're gonna make the
Is it
playoffs.
11th? That was
I
a lot
think
more.
so. I think so. I don't know. It was on NBC. I was playing life with my family too. So
19.
19. Holy
19. He broke the record.
So yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna make the playoffs. They had a winning record for the year. They're gonna lose the first game. That's what's gonna happen. So yes, Chargers are gonna win. If that game happens, I don't think it will
What do you mean? Like, it's going to happen.
because no,
Maybe
because
someone's going to move up.
I think the Chargers are gonna end up with the West, the AFC West. Yeah, I do because I had them at the beginning of the year. So it's probably going to
Nah.
be the Broncos going out. So whoever goes there, they're going to beat the Steelers. Sorry.
Okay.
And here's
I
another
don't
thing.
know.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is even going to finish. He's not going to finish the game. So they're going to make
Well,
the playoffs, and Aaron Rodgers will get knocked out of that game.
no, he won't.
No,
He won't. He's the greatest competitor, greatest quarterback. Ever lace him up. So the Chargers have the Texans next week.
yeah.
That's a hard game.
Is it in Texas or LA?
It's in Chargerville.
Oh, okay. That's
So,
better.
and
Yeah,
then
I
the
got the
Chargers play the
Chargers.
Broncos in Denver.
Oh, I thought they already played in
Yeah,
Denver.
so it's in Denver this time.
Okay. Well, I still think they'll beat them.
I think the Chargers could lose both these games.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course they can. I don't think they will, though.
I mean, if that happens, then they'll probably be they'll be the 7th seed, and then they'd play the Patriots.
Well, who do the Broncos play next week?
They play the
They don't play. They don't have a bye.
Chiefs.
Oh, geez.
They
Well,
play the
that's a
Chiefs
win.
with the Chiefs don't even have a third quarterback. So
Oh, they did. I
who are we gonna
forgot his
see?
name. They do have a court. They do. Let me see if he's
They
in
just
here.
signed him then. I mean,
Let me see here. Oh,
did
why
the
am I
Chiefs
looking?
sign Ben Roethlisberger or something? Is Big Ben back?
Ben Roethlis Cheeseburgers back. Where are the Chiefs? No, they had a guy. They said his name. I can't find him. They played the time. There they are. Chris Aladukin. Chris Aladukin.
You're just making this up. That's not a real name.
Chris Aladukin. He is from
The streets. Like they just found him. Like,
South
hey,
Dakota.
would you like to be the Chiefs
And
quarterback?
he's older. He's 28, so
Get to meet Taylor Swift. How
he is
about it?
not a Swiftie. So he
Oh,
joined in 22.
is that what he declared? He's not a
So
Swiftie. That's a
he was
problem
also
if you're on the
he
team.
was also a Steeler.
She's gonna buy the team. It's a problem. Um,
Kelsey's
yeah,
gonna get another contract.
he's gonna retire. That's what you're reading right now?
Not if
Looks like you're
no,
focusing on
because
something.
you're saying, yeah, I'm reading about the quarterback. So if you're
Kelsey's
saying
done.
Taylor's gonna buy the team, yes, she's gonna buy the team, and then she's gonna sign um, Mr. Swift to an extended contract.
She's gonna change the name. It's gonna be the Kansas Swifties.
Swifties. Chris Aladukin. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
the Chargers definitely have a little bit tougher test
they
uh
do.
next week, but I still think they're gonna take that division.
Hmm. Well, okay.
I believe in
Let's,
Harbaugh. But to answer your question, so we're doing the playoffs now, so it's Chargers would go in and beat the Steelers first round of the playoffs. Yes.
mm,
Hell, the
I'd
Steelers
be
might
willing
even
to
lose.
make a wager on that.
They got that's fine.
Mm.
The Steelers got the Browns, and they're gonna have a hard time beating them in Cleveland. So
Yeah, they are. They could lose that game. I think they will.
who was it? Oh,
I
and
mean,
then
the
they got to
Bills
did they get the
struggling.
Ravens last game of the
So,
season. All right, who's
so the
next? Next.
Ravens. Real quick on the Ravens. So, I mean, you're watching that game, right? So Lamar went
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
and like he might not be playing anymore this year. So yeah,
It was
that's
his
it for the
back.
Ravens, basically.
I didn't see his injury, but it
Something
was
it
his
didn't.
back.
Yeah, it's hard to see. He just fell. Someone like fell into his back, kind of twisted, and I don't know. I mean, and his hamstring has obviously been bothering him because they were showing like the advanced stats. They're like, weeks 1 through 7 or whatever. Even though he's injured, Lamar was running, 19 miles an hour on average, and now he's running 12 miles an hour.
Not
It's like,
22 miles per hour.
and Chris Collins was like, he doesn't have that same explosiveness, and he just not shifted into that last gear that he needs to get down the field.
Well, I
It's a
like how
different
Bill
person.
Simmons and Cousin Sal they talk about guys and they're like, oh, how fast does he run? Is he 22 or 20, 20
It's
miles per hour?
22.6. Not That's faster than 22.2 miles. I really don't need to know this.
Who cares?
Yeah, I agree with him. No, it's stupid. I really don't need to know how fast he's running when he's running down the sideline. Um, but let's go to the other side. Let's go to the NFC. Check that
Wait,
out.
that's it for
You
playoff
got something
games?
else?
That's it in
No,
playoff
no, no.
games for the AFC?
NFC.
No, what are the other AFC games?
That's
Other
it.
projected. That's it?
Well, yeah, because I just went through the
Oh,
wild
okay.
card games because I mean,
All
if
right.
the Broncos are in the divisional, then that's it. There's only 3 playoff games.
All right.
Um, 'Cause I mean, okay, so there's on the bubble, and that's the Colts and Ravens. I think they're both done. That's it.
Yeah, they're done. The
So
Colts are
that's it.
done. I mean, they dug up Philip Rivers,
They
pried
ca-
him off the couch.
they're calling him
they
Phil Rivers now. Everyone's calling him Phil Rivers for some reason. That's bothering
they
me.
lured Mr. Rivers off the couch, and that's never a good sign for a team trying to make the playoffs.
He looks so weird though. I mean, like he's got that weird release, and it looks like he's like giving it everything he's got to throw like 17 yards or something.
Yeah.
But they're done. They're They're not winning another game. They're gonna lose to the
Yeah, I
Niners.
mean, he's hoping that they don't make the playoffs because he's like, I got like maybe I got 2 more games in me.
Look, I only want to do this for 3 games. I'm going back to my 8 kids. Yeah.
My high school team. All right.
Is
So
he coaching high
NFC,
school?
yeah, he was coaching a high
Um,
school team in Alabama.
so NFC. So let's just say the Seahawks
They don't have
are in
any
the divisional.
projections.
So well the thing is like with the AFC, there's they still haven't figured out the order. So only the Broncos are locked in to the number 1. That's
Well,
not even locked.
even
It's
they're
just
not
that
even
they're
locked in.
right. So I mean the NFC, they already have the first 6 slots. Like those teams are in for sure. In that order, I guess. So well, maybe not that order. Never mind. So let's just say the Seahawks are they get a bye. So your 2-7 could very well be Bears Packers in Chicago. And I would love that so much. That would be such a good game. Assuming Jordan Love
So
is okay.
yeah, so even like the AFC is a little more set as far as like the teams that are in the NFC because you got the bottom Packers, Lions, and right now it's Bucks. So if the Packers get in, yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Do you
Like
think
that's a
Grady
tough
comes to
one.
work? Does
I
well, it's
don't think we
probably going to
see
be on Saturday. Yeah, we won't see Grady for the week.
if they lose, yeah. We'll see him for a while. But yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I mean, I don't really know who else that could be. Like if the Lions were able to squeak in, but I don't really see that happening over the Packers. Like I said, Love is probably out next week versus the Ravens, but Lamar might be out. So, you never know what's going to happen there.
Hmm.
Um, but next, so 3 seed, 6 seed, that would be Eagles 49ers.
Oh, they deserve each other
They
in
do.
Philly.
These 2 teams I despise. I want to see them both lose.
Well, so the problem is that Philadelphia defense. It's usually good enough to make the game ugly. So the Philly offense is is not consistent. So that's why it's ugly. But the Philly defense is so good, they can stymie the opponent's offense. And so that's why the game it just turns into this weird like what is going on with this game? And
Yeah.
the Niners, they're so hurt on defense. I don't see that. I mean, I could see maybe 6 tush pushes in this if this playoff game were to happen. I could see it's over under
That
6
should be
tush.
a betting line. Yeah. How many tush pushes?
I got 5.5.
It's a good
Over
number.
under 5.5.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. Oh, by the way, are you watching the Hard Knocks? It's NFC East. Uh, they're
Did
doing
that
so
just
like
start?
no. So I watched 2 episodes already, and they're in the uh, there's at least 3 episodes because you know how like you finish one and it's like we're gonna take you to the next episode if you don't cancel or get out of here. And they're like, okay, here we go, next episode. Damn it! I forgot to arrow back.
Yeah. I didn't know
uh,
that that was going on right now, but I don't want to watch the NFC East.
it's all right.
That
I
division
mean,
sucks. I hate the Eagles. Cowboys suck. I want
did you
them to be
know
good.
that as far as a division, like I think they have the most Super Bowl, like combined, that division has won the most Super Bowls. those teams in the NFL. Because you got the Cowboys in there, and then you throw in uh, the Commanders. I know, but they've done all their damage as the Redskins, and then the Eagles were the last team from that division to win a Super Bowl, and they've already won two.
Wow,
And
you're
then you
right.
have the Giants. The Giants are historically, good. I mean, you have Giants, Cowboys in that division, so it's like okay. And now you throw in Eagles, who have won already two in the modern era. So and then Washington
That's
is
the only
just
two they won.
yeah. But it's
Yeah,
been within what, a
that's
5 year
crazy.
period. So
Well, I mean,
I
the
mean,
next division is 9 wins. There's a 5 Super Bowl difference
yeah,
between the next division.
yeah.
That's
But I mean,
crazy.
it's not bad. They were like one episode. They were just it was Dart. It was the Giants. So it was Dart and like it looked like a receiver, like a special teams guy, and they were arguing about where the ocean was. And the coach, like one of the coaches is like, no, it's over here. That's why it's so windy. They call it the Meadowlands, and you got the wind coming in here. Because Dart was like, why is it so windy all the time?
Is Dart having like a concussive episode? Like,
I think so.
The ocean's over there.
Okay, we're not going to say anything, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, the
I
Giants
didn't check him
okayed
out.
that material to get released because, from what I understand, teams have to give the okay. It's like HBO is like, can we air this? No.
Is
But
it
they aired
funny?
that. They aired
Yes.
the okay, then air it. Does it make us look good? How does it make the team look? Oh, so
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. I'll go Eagles just because the Niners are too banged up.
Yeah. I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be the most boring playoff game. I don't want to watch that at all. Um, we'll just see who makes it the next week. I won't even check. Um,
What's the other game?
so
The other wild
lastly,
card.
so this depends, right? This depends on who wins the NFC
Oh,
South.
Bears, like Bears, whoever.
No, so this is Rams, either Panthers or Bucks. It's probably Bucks.
And the Panthers already beat the Rams. So the Rams want
I
some
know.
if
Yeah,
if that
that's crazy.
happens, McNay wants some payback. So it's like, all right.
All right, so they're gonna
It's
destroy them.
42 to 20. Here we go.
42-3. That's gonna be demolishing.
Oh, it's gonna be in LA. Yeah.
I mean, if it's the Bucks, honestly,
Yeah,
I don't
there's a
feel too good about them either. So, Rams are gonna win that.
I think they already played too, didn't they? And the Rams destroyed them, destroyed the Bucks. I think it was
Yeah,
in Tampa, if I'm not mistaken.
but if the wild card for the NFC goes the way we're predicting, then I mean that leaves in the divisional round. That's probably Seahawks Rams because the Rams will be the lowest seed to win. Um, and then it'll be Rams Seahawks. It could be Packers. If they're really the 7th seed and they beat the Bears, could be Packers Seahawks. But other than that, it's Rams Seahawks, and I don't think there's any way the Rams are going to lose to the Seahawks again.
Again.
You heard it from me.
They're not gonna lose again.
Ever, ever. Okay. Yeah, they've owned this team past 10 years or so. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a good game. I think if it's in Seattle, I would assume Seattle would win because that is a home field advantage. LA
I don't think so.
isn't
I don't
so
think it is.
much a home field advantage as it is it's indoors. So I think it might just help, you know, the offense, the faster players, how they cut, and it's just they don't have to deal with the elements, but Seattle's definitely uh it's a big home field advantage for the Seahawks.
I don't think so. I disagree with that. I don't think they have a good home field advantage, but I think the weather's like definitely they have a elements advantage. The Seahawks are actually better on the road the past 2 years.
Mm,
They're
in the
actually
playoff?
losing their just in general. They're losing more of their games at home for the ones they're losing, even this year. Um,
So I just lied.
you just lied. Yes, we caught you. Exposed.
Your
Um,
gotcha tactics. I know how
you
you
thought
are.
you could redact all of this Seahawks information just like the Epstein files,
So they
just
lie to us with
these
the 12th
black sheets
man.
of paper. Yeah, the 12th man wasn't really there.
If
Yeah,
it,
it's.
if
I
he
mean,
was, it would be a penalty.
if this was like a released file, it would just be lines of black lines, like, and I'd just say 12th man and then more black lines. It'd be the only thing on the page.
I don't know. I just because from what I know, LA fans, arrive late to games and they're kind of more laid back. But you see that Seattle crowd, it's like you have to want to be there outdoors
I know.
in Seattle
You
in
do.
the
Yeah.
fall. It's like you guys better win. LA's like, oh, you just want to see if we could get on TV? Yeah, let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Traffic.
Well,
We're always late everywhere. So is
yeah,
that it for playoff scenarios?
that's it for now. Things could change, the order could shift, but I think we have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. At least I do. There's some fake teams out there. Looking at you, Patriots, Broncos,
Fraudulent?
Jags, Chargers, all the hot girls of the AFC. I know you're crazy. I'm not betting on you. Um, so you won't be getting my money. But I will, yeah, there will be some nice, juicy bets to make. Haven't been betting so much recently,
Well,
but come
well,
playoffs,
well, we're gonna have for our little pick'em league at work. I'm gonna do the brackets, so we'll be able to fill them out.
well, say no more because P Money is interested all over that. Yes,
And P Money is you.
that's right. Here in the flesh, ready to gamble,
Ready to talk in a third person.
ready to call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Gamblor.
Yeah.
I forgot about Gamblor.
Yeah, Gambler hasn't been too good to me this year. Well, we do have 3 paychecks for December, right? So I was thinking,
Oh, do we? Cool.
I was pretty sure. So it's like, that third paycheck could do without it. So putting it all on Wildcard week of NFL,
Put it all
and
on the
then
Broncos.
you won't see me at work anymore. Either I'll be rich and too good for you peasants, or I'm dead in a ditch somewhere from the Israeli mob that found me.
Oh, you just called them out.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they're not one of our 29 viewers. So
Yeah, watch Caught Stealing. It's a newer movie, newish on Netflix.
okay,
Caught Stealing.
caught stealing.
Yeah.
Who's in that?
Uh Something Austin. He's like a newer actor. What does he come out? He came out in Dune 2. He was the bad guy, but he looked different, so he had, like, a shaved head. Uh,
Mm,
he played, he was
Austin
Elvis.
Butler.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zoe Kravitz comes out in it.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny's in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, he might have been the one of the bad
Someone in
guys.
Colorado. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Is that Ivan Drago? No, it's a different Russian guy.
No. No,
That's
yeah,
a
there's
different
some
guy.
Russian dudes in there, but I can't, or I don't know, actors.
Yeah.
But when you said, what was it? It was Israeli mafia. Like, they're
Yeah.
in there. They're in that movie.
Oh, well,
That's what they
yeah.
reminded me of that, so I was like, "Oh, you know
Yeah.
of
Well,
them."
they're here in Phoenix for sure. Uh,
Yeah, Liev Schreiber was in it too.
yep.
The voice of, was it Hard Knocks? He was um, one of the
Like
Jews
the
in,
narrators of Hard
yeah,
Knocks?
yeah, you
Hmm.
didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, he was, so he's a Jets fan, and so when Aaron Rodgers got traded to the
Oh God.
Jets, he went to the Jets practice, and Aaron Rodgers is like, "He's the voice. He's the man."
I think that's the ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
um,
did you
those
watch,
voices.
so we didn't talk about the, Lions, oh, who did they play?
Steelers.
Steelers.
And
You saw the
it's
end
the
of that
steel
play?
curtain.
That
Um,
was crazy.
yeah, I just kind of saw that last sequence there. But yeah, I mean, he's just done it again. He's a bad man. Aaron Rodgers, gonna beat the Chargers in the playoffs.
Well, the running back had a
Just
lot
can't
to do with
stop
it.
him. Yeah, I know. But still, Aaron Rodgers gonna get all the credit. That's what he does.
Well, you saw the last play though, right?
Um, yes, but tell me so I can make sure you saw it.
So
I don't
the
remember it.
Lions the Lions are gonna score,
Oh,
and so they had a pick play with that Tesla,
oh,
like, his
Tesla.
name's like Tesla, yeah, and so he runs into the Steeler defender, picks him, and then they call it, so Brown actually scored a touchdown. They call it back. I think there was, like, a holding call, and then they had one more play. So, St. Brown pushes off in the end zone against Ramsey, comes back,
Yeah,
catches the ball, and he's tackled, like, uh, right near the goal line. So he's not quite in the, touchdown area. He's getting tackled. You see all these flags get thrown, and then he looks over and he sees, Jared Goff, so he's like, he pitches the ball to Jared Goff, and Jared Goff runs it into the
I'm
end
seeing
zone.
that right now.
So, and everybody's like, "What hap," everybody's like, just like, and then
Losing their minds.
they have the, Steelers. They're just lined up on the sideline, and Aaron Rodgers is just like, just looking, and just everybody's just like, "What's going on?" But, I mean, it was a clear offensive passing interference. They called
Yeah,
it, and then it just so happened that he tossed the ball because it's the last play, and it just so happens that Aaron Jared Goff is lucky he didn't get, like, hurt, because like, the one Steeler kinda went low and hit him, but hit him, like, in his, like, thigh area
yeah.
instead of his knee. That could have been bad.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. I'm seeing that again. Um, did you see that play in Ravens on the Ravens game where it was like the end of the second quarter. So I think the Patriots fumbled it. They were in field goal range. They fumbled it, and then the Ravens had the ball, and I think it's either Jackson or Hundley. I don't remember if Jackson was out at that point. I think it was Hundley. He passed it to Mark Andrews, who got tackled. But then as he's getting tackled, he tries to like lateral it to someone else. And it ended up being a forward pass because it was like slightly, forward instead of
Yeah.
back. So there was a flag on that. But there was also like a flag on the Patriots. So it just offset. And you could hear Mike Tirico losing his mind. He's like, "What are you doing?" It's just, I've never seen Mike Tirico just lose his mind like
He's
that.
like, whoa, Mike.
Usually,
Let's just
yeah,
watch. Let's just call the game, man. We don't
Chris
actually like.
Collinsworth
They
had
can't
to
hear
calm him
us.
down.
They
Say,
can't actually hear us.
Black Al, you just gotta calm down. I don't really know what's going on here either. Let's just watch the game.
No more
Oh,
caffeine from my buddy here. All right.
yeah, he was on one. But that was pretty
He's been
funny.
spending too much time with Michael Jordan.
Oh, I haven't been watching those. The notes of excellence or whatever, moments of excellence, whatever it is. Sounds like a
All it
wine.
is Michael Jordan poking fun at today's player, or just poking him and just be like,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Um, have you been watching him?
I caught like 2 of them, but no, I haven't had time.
So is that only on Peacock? Like you can't
Uh,
watch it on NBC?
I,
Like, what time do they do
mm,
that?
I don't know because I do watch it on Peacock. I mean, you can go on YouTube and watch them all. That's
Gotcha.
what I would do. I wouldn't go sit through commercials to hear Michael Jordan's thoughts on today's players.
So, yeah, I hate all of them.
Michael, how
They're all
many
soft.
points would you score in today's NBA? 50.
Whoa. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. Just tell me what happened. I'm not gonna watch those. Anything interesting happens.
He's just, what happened? What
um,
was he? Oh, he's talking about like playing every game because a lot of guys sit out for load management. He's like making fun of load management.
that was old though. It's like the
Yeah, and
first
he's done it
one.
before. Yeah, I mean
Well, it's just stupid. Yeah.
it's clearly you know biased towards uh, putting Michael Jordan as the you know, and he is the old guy now, and he's just kind of poo pooing the new league. And here's what I would have done, or here's what back in
See,
my
I want
day.
to see. I wish they had instead of Mike Tirico, they just had Charles Barkley interviewing Michael Jordan, talking about these new guys because it'd be so funny just talking about like these new generation players and how easy it is and load management. That would be entertaining.
Oh yeah,
I would watch like a whole series on that. They did like a mini series, just Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan.
yeah. Just do like a crossover with NBC Sports and I almost said TNT, but they're on ESPN now
Yeah, on
though.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Or even better, if they just both like LeBron should invite both of them to the barbershop,
Oh
that
jeez.
podcast, so that they can just light them up. That would be great.
He's like LeBron would
Talk
try
about who
to
the
like
best player is. Yeah, LeBron would never have that.
yeah, I don't know. When you got guys like Hall of Famers, saying like, "Oh yeah, you know, Michael's the GOAT." They tell stories. It's kind of hard. I mean, even for me, just watching basketball, it's kind of hard for me to say, "Oh yeah, LeBron, GOAT." No, no. And they were saying, who was saying that? Oh, I think Shaq, because he he actually, I think he did play with the Cavaliers when LeBron was there, and he
Yeah,
even
I did.
said that it's just they don't. LeBron just doesn't have that
The killer instinct.
mental side, yeah, that mental aspect of the game. He has the talent, yeah, he's got it, but just
Well,
doesn't have the.
okay. Yeah. I mean, if I were to make like an analogy to like NFL players, I would say like if Michael Jordan is Tom Brady, I think LeBron is Peyton Manning. Just like great regular season. I mean, he's won, he's won a couple times in the finals or the Super Bowl, but he just kind of has a more impressive regular season record, I guess. I don't know. Um, that's had challenges in the postseason, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like how LeBron fans, they give you stats, I'm like, "Okay," like this whole,
You don't like stats?
most
What is that what you're
consecutive.
saying?
Yes, the most consecutive. Well, here's why. So, this most consecutive, like, double-digit scoring record, okay, what does that mean? What I don't understand what that means, you have all these stats now. It's like
Look,
and it's to make, and the thing is you can take stats and you can manipulate them. You can say, "Oh, yes," and this and ESPN is the the king of doing this. From March of last year to December of this year, this
all
player
right,
has most points. And, I'm
okay.
like,
Well,
"Okay."
since you brought it up, let's
Yeah.
talk some stats, okay? Let's compare Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Okay,
Are we
we'll
are we
start with the
doing
first one.
are we getting into the Suns?
We can dabble for a little bit. Let me just
Alright.
go through this real quick. Okay, NBA championships. All right, wait, we'll skip that one. NBA season,
Exactly.
NBA seasons.
Well,
LeBron
if we're
James
going
23.
championships, Bill Russell had 11. Okay, I am fine with
All right,
saying Bill Russell was the best. That's fine with me.
all right.
He
Playoffs
he
played.
had Bill Russell had some stats that are just I mean, this dude
Playing
averaged.
against plumbers and carpenters in a
I
team with
know.
in a league with 8 teams.
He he averaged over 20, I think it was like 22 rebounds. And this is like just the final. So like during the regular season, his stats actually were lower. And then when the playoffs happened, they like increased. So I think he averaged like 18, it was like 16 or 18 points in the playoffs and 22 rebounds. I mean, that is that is that is insane. You know, you can think about guys getting even 20 rebounds. Wemby, I don't think he even gets, I don't know, more than
Okay.
15, and that's in a
S
good game.
so let me ask you a question about that. So, is that, like, disparity in rebounds, like, that people aren't getting they're not averaging as many rebounds? Is that because do you think that's more because Bill Russell was that much better, or is it because the average NBA player is better now?
Uh, so even back then, it's tough. It was tough to get rebounds against, certain firefighters and plumbers because, they're a little more physical. But the rebounding, it's a different mentality. You have to want to rebound. I mean, some guys just don't have it, some NBA players. And the thing about Bill Russell is that he was a very good scorer. He actually was like, and this was in the documentary, um, with him and Wilt, on
Yeah.
Netflix. It was a pretty good documentary. And he actually understood, in order for this Celtics team to be really good, I need to play defense and rebound. And so he actually didn't score. There was no need for him to score like he did in college or in the beginning of his career. So he kind of let up on the on scoring. So to me, that is just a sign of what he needed to do, and then he got the championships with the Celtics. Plus, Bill Russell, along with those plumbers and firefighters and whoever, whatever other contractors were in it, he had he had his rival. He had Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain, for some NBA enthusiasts, is recognized as the best player in the league. Bill Russell had a better record against Will Chamberlain. These guys respected each other. In that documentary, Bill Russell uh, actually hosted Wilt Chamberlain. Like Wilt Chamberlain stayed with, you know, when they were playing each other. It was
Uh,
different times, and I think a lot of that actually had to do with like what was going on in the '60s, especially with like the racial, uh, environment with the country. But
yeah.
hey, the most championships, Bill Russell, you want to give it to him, that's fine. Even Michael Jordan said, in an interview, "Hey, uh, you want to go by championships? It's Bill Russell." But LeBron's the one that kind of he trumpets. He's blowing his own horn. He's kind of trumpet like, you know, I'm the goat, I'm the king, I'm this. And you have for
I do agree with
Michael,
that.
you have Hall of Famers. You have guys like Magic and Bird, you know, in the '86 playoffs. There's been several interviews with Larry Bird. That's not Michael Jordan playing basketball. That's God disguised as a man playing basketball. And
Yeah.
he just made 5 Hall of Famers on that '86 Celtics team look ridiculous. And the only reason the Celtics won is because they were the best team. The Bulls at that time just didn't have a really good team. You had, Magic talking about his experience with Michael in the Olympics, how he nudged him, talk shit. He's like, "Hey man," Magic says something like, "You don't turn into the other dude, Air Jordan, you're gonna lose this game." Then Michael just goes off and like he just scores all the points. I mean,
Yeah.
it. I, when you talk about stats, yeah, they matter, but you can also, uh, when I remember watching Michael play, I just remember, man, even if your team is winning, even if has maybe like under 20 points going into the fourth quarter, he's going to get his. And your team has to be ready for it. That's really all I can remember. And unfortunately, the Suns had to face the Bulls in one of the NBA finals. And that, you know, I got, I got a first look at how good he really was because back then, uh, did we have NBA TV? I don't even think we had NBA TV. So, I mean, really, you only saw it if it was like the game of the week type of thing,
Hmm.
even in the '90s, So, but yeah, I know all about LeBron. I mean, he took Kareem's, um, scoring record. Most um, trips to the finals. But the thing is, I mean, yeah, he had the most um, uh, appearances in the finals, but he doesn't have the most wins. He lost all of them. I think it would have helped his legacy if the Cavaliers were to at least win one or two of those. Hey, he had to go to Miami. Okay. and even then, still got
The
beat
Cavs
by
won
the,
one,
the Mavericks. Yeah, when he came back for his, his second trip,
but they didn't have anyone
but
else on that team the first time, though.
but I digress. Go ahead and hit me with your stats.
I don't want to talk anymore. Uh, no, all right.
Like,
You ready
I
for
don't
this?
feel like
And
talking about this anymore.
all right,
Yeah.
playoffs played. LeBron 18, Michael Jordan 13. NBA Cups won. Yeah, LeBron James 1, Michael Jordan 0. Eat that, Michael Jordan. You ain't never winning an NBA Cup.
A
You
what?
ain't never raising the banner. It's like,
Is
what?
that one
What
of
is
those
that?
souvenir cups you get from the concession?
Yes, put Dos Equis in it. So it's only $22. Um, yeah, I mean I don't know. It's a different game though too. So it's hard to compare generations.
Yeah, well, here's the
Just
thing.
with the
So
rules.
I used to work with a guy who was a LeBron apologist. So he was asking me, well, can you even say that LeBron was the best, uh, like not even the modern player, like best recent player? And I was thinking, I was like, okay, let me do some research. Let me look it up. And what I found was that LeBron was on that Olympic team that lost. Uh, did they even win a medal? I think they may have gotten a bronze if they did. Again, so many trips to the finals, didn't win.
Mm,
I was like, okay, and then at this other job, they were, who's the GOAT? We would ask guys. And some guys were actually saying Steph Curry. And I was like, all right. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Steph actually has a better record head to head than LeBron. So I'm like, and Steph, he, for better or worse, changed the game in that more teams are going for that 3-point play. So you're going for threes. Um, LeBron is kind of that, he almost like represents that old guard where you had a player that was just super athletic. You put him up with other guys and they'll be very good. But Curry just kind of transcended the game almost like Bird and Magic. Because back when Bird and Magic were playing, it was all tape delay. There's nothing live. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of NBA fans don't realize that. And Larry and Bird kind of ushered the game into this modern era. You could say Michael kind of like, I don't want to say perfected it, but he improved on it. And then you have Curry with his 3-point shooting while LeBron's playing, kind of just, now it's just this, everybody just jacks up threes, the center, power forward, 3 and D guys. So it's just, I think that Curry will be, my theory was that Curry would be talked about changing the game like Magic and Bird did. Like he did a little more for the whole game, like lifting up the game than what um LeBron has done. And
mm.
for me, just for me, I would almost I would put Kobe. I would put Kobe Bryant above um LeBron as well because as a team that as somebody that's building a team, you want that player that the opponent's defense has to um try and stop. So you have to try and stop your best player, and then you stop that best player from scoring. You can interrupt the rest of that team's offense. There was a point where Kobe was that kind of next because when Jordan retired, it was like, oh, who's the next Jordan? That was just what everybody talked about. Who's the next Jordan? Oh, it's Grant Hill. Oh, it's Tracy McGrady. Oh, it's uh I forgot the dude's name from Toronto. He also went to North Carolina. Forgot his name. Vince Carter. Oh, that's Vince Carter. It's this, you try to put that label. But when Kobe came around, he was really that one player that some offenses for like a few years they couldn't stop. He was on that level you know, with Jordan as far as scoring, at least for a little bit. And that's the only
Sure.
reason why I would be like, okay, Kobe is, and then Kobe has more championships than LeBron, just, and he did
Okay.
it like I think he could have had more with Shaq, but Shaq, they couldn't get along.
Yeah,
Shaq
probably.
they got Paul Gasol and they rebuild that team. He wins, you know, one or two more
And Shaq
championships.
was in
So
shape too. I mean,
I just,
could have had a lot more.
that's just
Um,
without stats. And I do know
Going
that there
back
was this
to
one short video I saw. A LeBron
other.
fan was giving all these stats about LeBron and asked Charles, "Hey, do you still, who's the GOAT, whatever?" And Charles was like, "Well, if you take the number of years that um, Michael played, which was I think like 13, like his first 13 years. I know he went back and played with Washington, but you take the 13 years and you take the best 13 years of LeBron, um, Michael outscores him by 5,000 points." And I was like, is that, that was like one of those stats that's like, holy cow, I mean, it does make sense because Michael was so dominant for so long. And we're back.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
You're like,
technical
oh, I just woke
difficulties.
up. What did you just say?
Yeah, I lost you for a second there. A few seconds. Um, so I do think Curry changed the game. Just best 3-point shooter ever. More teams are doing that now. It's a new game. I forgot who I was listening to talk about this. I think it was Bill Simmons and Max Kellerman. Um, I think it was Max that said, if you look at Curry's championships, when you try to compare him to LeBron, Curry really only has one championship that doesn't have an asterisk next to it, and that's the 2022 finals against the Celtics, because he didn't have KD, didn't have KD to join the best, second best team, or no, best team, right? They beat the record. Um, and then that first year in 2015, it was just LeBron and a bunch of guys. Like Matthew Dellavedova was the second best player on the team. So, it's kind of I understand they are like a dynasty, but if that KD trade doesn't happen, I don't think Steph Curry has as many championships as he does. And I mean the injuries on the Cavs as well.
Yeah. So, uh, taking it out of basketball, so like football. So the best player, some people say it's Jim Brown, Lawrence Taylor, Jerry Rice. So if you take Jerry Rice, and the only reason I'm taking him is because um, a lot of people think he's the best wide receiver that's ever played the game. Some say he's the best football player to ever play the game. And then you look at who he played for. So he was in the 49ers organization. You had John Walsh, who comes up with this West Coast offense that nobody's ever seen. Uh, Fullbacks are used as receivers, running backs are used as receivers, tight ends are used as receivers. Everybody's going out and just the 49ers are just wrecking defenses wherever they go. And who's his quarterback? Well, his quarterback is Joe Montana. All right. So he's in this once kind of like generational offense, this genius offensive coach, John Walsh, Hall of Famer quarterback, okay, Joe Montana, he was kind of forced out, but then who's Jerry Rice's next quarterback? It's Steve Young. Okay, so Steve Young is his quarterback. He's still on that offense. So for two quarterbacks, two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Jerry Rice essentially breaks all records, becomes the best wide receiver. So part of it, it is being on the right organization, having the right coach, having the right teammates. All that kind of
Michael
has to come
Jordan.
together. Yeah. And so that's why a lot of people bring up, oh, well, Michael had Scotty, had Phil Jackson, had triangle offense. Yes, but that's part of what makes greatness is that you're in you're in the right position, right time, right place, but you are also the right person to assume that position. So Michael Jordan, yes, he was in the Bulls. Became had to wait around for Phil, that triangle offense. But Michael, he also had to he was a scorer first, so he was averaging over 30 points back then. So
Mhm.
Michael had to learn to play within the offense. So Michael kind of had that reverse, um, I guess, trajectory of his career where he was already very good. He was a very good scorer already, over 30 points a game. What Phil Jackson and that Bulls organization and his teammates had to prove is that, hey, we're going to put some guys around you. We're going to have an offense. Try to stay within that offense, and you won't have to score as much. We're gonna get your teammates involved so that you don't have to score 30 points. But he was still scoring over 30 points. I think he went down to maybe like 28 points a game, something like that. But he still had those games where he can have over 30 whenever whenever he wanted, it seemed.
Yeah, I mean, and he did have a what was it, a playoff run. Um, his best playoff points average was like 33 points a game. Um,
Was that
best playoffs.
the 93 season?
So okay, in '86, he averaged 43.7 points per game in the playoffs, which is insane.
Because back then teams didn't shoot threes, and it's
No.
just like that's why a lot of um I guess a lot of the old guard of players, they were saying like in today's well, Barkley, I think is probably has been the most vocal. If Michael played today, I mean, he'd average 50, and a lot of people are
Yeah.
like, that would be, that would be you know, insane. But what if I told you that's actually been done before? For a season, I think Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points a game. I mean, that's like, you think about that, it's just like, wait, what a minute, wait, what? And he was a big man.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a
Uh,
3-point line
I
back
know,
then.
but
It's like,
they didn't.
what?
I mean, you got
Even if it's
name someone
plumbers,
else from that
even
time.
if even if it's, contract workers,
Yeah, that's why. Yep, it's like if
that's
me
still
and
pretty
you
good.
were in the NBA right now. It's like, um, I don't know, but I mean, that is pretty crazy though. Like, so '86. I mean, I'm trying to think because the roster wasn't like he didn't have the other players, um, right? So he had Oakley on there, I guess, but
Mhm.
there was no Pippen, there was no Rodman. And so they
And
they were
and
they were losing at that time, right? And I think that's the year that Larry Bird probably said that's
well, that was
God
in
disguised as a
'86.
man.
That was
Right,
an 86.
86. Right. So, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to get at is he didn't really have much help.
Mhm,
And so he's doing it all. And it's like 43.7 is crazy. So compared to LeBron's,
mhm,
funny enough, it's the 2009 season where they went to um, that was the year they got swept by the Spurs in the finals, I think. So he had 35.3 points per game, being like pretty much the only guy on the team, had to do everything. So I mean, obviously, tries to pass the ball, facilitate more, but yeah, he's just never been that kind of scorer for sure. So I don't know. It's a different time, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I think each player is the best in like a different perspective almost, and it like it has to do with the
yeah,
time period, like who would you want for like one game versus like who's the maybe more talented all around, or it has the stats, let's say, even in the same time, because I feel like LeBron has more like assists and rebounds in general. I think Jordan was a better defensive player. um I don't know, it's kind of pick and choose at a certain point. Ultimately I
yeah,
think Jordan's better, like he's the best.
yeah.
um
I mean, I was. It got to a point where at the other job, you would have discussions with guys, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's just it's perspective. It's just who you think is the best, and like I said, the other guys were putting up like um their thought kind of like their thought process. It's like, oh yeah, he had averaged this many points or scoring titles or whatever it is. And I put I put up there Baba Yaga. And I was and everybody's like, why'd you put that? Well, because of what I said earlier is that if your team was playing the Bulls, you knew that Michael was going to make a run at the end of the game. And um, there's he's a younger guy. I mean, I worked with a guy who's younger, um, early 20s, LeBron apologist. And I was like, you know, watching Michael back then, it was almost like, if you've ever seen John Wick, John Wick movies, like everybody's like calling him the Baba Yaga. He's this, he's that, you know, he's
oh yeah.
it's he is Michael was an assassin. He was going to take your team out. You just kind of had to, you know, your team had to be ahead by a certain amount of points and kind of just make sure they were because when the pressure's on, Michael's going to score. And I have this term for scoring, like almost like when you're eating, and you can eat like protein or vegetables, and they fill you up more. So there's this term in the diet world called empty calories. So like you're eating food that doesn't fill you up, but you're still eating. So like popcorn, um, whatever, chips, you know, snacking. You eat your snack foods. So you're still eating, but it's just not filling you up. But that's what um like if you compare Michael's scoring, like you knew he was going to score meaningful buckets, meaningful points. And so his scoring was its kind of like own momentum. Like you could just count on it, like that stupid turnaround, and I'm not like uh, a big fan of Michael Jordan. I just knew like this dude is the best. He is the best. Like I liked growing up, my favorite player to watch was Magic. Was Magic Johnson because the way he would pass the ball. I just love the way he played the game.
Mhm.
Growing up in Phoenix, the Suns were my best team, and unfortunately, like I said, they had to face the Bulls, and probably their best chance to win a championship. They had to go up against the best player, which sucked. But yeah, I wrote I wrote on there just I didn't want to use stats, so I was like, how can I kind of get guys to think about like how good this player was, and I just put, oh yeah, so he's the Baba Yaga. He's like he's John Wick, you know,
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to find some, like, Michael Jordan stats that.
some stats.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it's like the 6 championships, they're just not enough, going through. And, people, the guy I worked with was saying that, oh yeah, but he, lost to the Pistons. I'm like, yeah, he lost to the Pistons. But once he overcame them, uh, and it's not just Michael that lost to the, I mean, you're talking about the Lakers, Showtime Lakers, the Celtics, the Bird Celtics. This Piston team was just taking these guys out, and it wasn't necessarily all basketball. This was like jungle. You go to a park and play. You call it jungle ball. Like you go to the basket, you're going to get knocked down, and that's that the Pistons, they had to reinvent themselves. They had to come up with the Jordan rules in order to try to guard Michael Jordan. You know, this team that's known for being the most physical team to ever play, those bad boy Pistons. And unfortunately, got a chance to watch them, when they were in their prime. And to me, it just wasn't basketball. It's just, it's street ball. It's jungle ball. It's just, okay, this team, their opponent is better. So we're just going to be more physical. So we're going to just, you know, that it just, okay. So you already admit that this opponent that you're playing is more talented than you. The only chance you have is just to be more physical. And then it
yeah.
just, like, that Pistons team kind of led into that Knicks team with Pat Riley, Ewing, Oakley. Then Pat Riley took it to Miami with Alonzo and um, Tim Hardaway, running it there. And so
Yeah.
it's, you know, I mean, luckily now you can't do that. So you actually do. And now it's just kind of, now it is just kind of wide open. It's just a bunch of threes running up and down the court. I'm like, okay, you know,
Yeah, it's boring to watch in a different way. Um, but yeah, I mean, some of these stats are pretty crazy. Like, 87, 88, Michael Jordan was defensive player of the year, and he averaged 35 points a game, which is just insane, right? Because I mean, you talk about like load
hmm
management and what players are doing. It's like, speaking of that, there's another stat. Like, so he won 6 championships and he missed 6 games, regular season games in those 6 seasons, which is, like,
yeah,
that's insane.
yeah.
So,
And I think that's kind of speaks to his mindset, like how um like mentally tough he was, you know. Um you think about even
the
just
flu
going
game,
to work. Yeah, just going to work. How tough is it just to go? I mean, we're talking about like average dudes just going to work and just, not calling out, not, how tough is that? You know, that is
sure.
tough just for regular people, and then you talk about, I know NBA, it's not 365. But, you know, yeah, he did play. He did, these guys
Yeah.
kind of like for load management. Um,
load management. Um, it's like calf maintenance. Like it's not even like that they're hurt. It's just that guys
yeah.
now with more, there's more Achilles injuries. I think it's from like the increased pace of the game. But it's like calf strains, like people calf soreness, so they're sitting out for a few games. And you just think about like the flu game or something. That actually reminds me today. If you watch the Browns Bills game at all, Grady and I were laughing about Shadur because
Mm.
like he got injured on a play, and then they're showing it, and it's like his pinky was bleeding,
Oh yeah.
and he he was just walking off to the tent just cracking up about that
He's like
because
this.
yeah, it's just like, dude, come on. Like,
Yeah.
Herbert's playing with a broken hand. Like,
Yeah.
Baker has some torn ligaments in his left arm. Like, it's just, what are we doing? Like, uh, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, back
that's
in the
just kind of how
day,
younger the new generation is
yeah,
players.
back in the day, there's a bad person that used to play as a safety, Ronnie Lott for the 49ers. And he was a defensive player when like Joe Montana and they were winning Super Bowls. And there's a story about him. So he did something to his pinky and they were gonna like
Oh,
um
he chopped it
take
off.
him
Yeah,
back.
Grady
And
was telling me that
he
they,
he cut the tip of his pinky off so he could keep
yeah,
playing. And this wasn't even, I don't think it was a playoff game. I think it was just a regular season game.
yeah, Grady was
And it,
telling me that today. And it's like, what the, like,
yeah.
say they should just cut off Shadur's pinky. There's
He
just
doesn't need
bleeding a
it.
little.
Just put
Yeah,
a
because I was
band-aid
like,
on
come
it.
on, like you don't even need it to like throw the ball or anything. Just get back in there. But yeah,
Yeah, you know, yeah, I find it tough. That's kind of why I don't like watching soccer. It's just all these trying to sell it, fouls, and it's just like, it's obvious that this guy didn't even get hit, and he's just having a seizure, from a dude just passing by him.
yeah.
And it is seeping into the NFL. Like you see some of the linemen, like offensive and defensive linemen, kind of pushing each other, and then one guy will just kind of throw himself back, and it's just like, okay. But
Yeah.
luckily, the refs usually catch it. They don't.
Yeah.
And it's more prevalent in the NBA. You know, thanks to the.
Oh yeah.
y- I blame Vlade Divac, Manu Ginobili. You know, Dirk was a big. I mean, and even Luca now is. Geez, everything is a
He
foul for
works the
Luca.
refs. Like he just keeps talking to the refs. So at some point they just give him fouls. He just keeps talking about it. Sometimes they tee him up. But, yeah, that's
No,
what
they
it is
should.
now.
Yeah, I like that the NBA now they're fouling the person that fakes a foul. So it's they're
You don't see
trying
that too
to.
much, so
Yeah, there was some weird sequence with the Suns, like Booker. I guess did he like they called a foul on him, so it went against him like both ways. So like on defense, he was trying to get a foul, they called him for it, and then on offense, the defender, obviously fouled him, but they still called it on Booker, like they called an offensive foul. So it was
no.
just like, okay, you can't have it both ways. So
Yeah. All right. I think that's going to have to do it for this episode. Well, thanks for joining us on the Valley Sports Podcast. Voice of the People. We'll be back next week, hopefully with our full crew, like Dreamy, Z, and Grady. Tune in next time. Bye bye.